Hey, I'm Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. So you have the Smoky Mountains. That seems simple enough, S-M-O-K-Y. But then you have Smokey the Bear, S-M-O-K-E-Y. What's up with that? Well, you're going to find out in this video. Have you ever run into a controversy you didn't even know was a controversy? Okay, really, I wouldn't say that the topic of this video is controversial, at least not on a global scale. But let's face it, these days it seems like everything is a controversial subject on a global scale. But this video isn't tackling global hunger or the economy. It's about the Great Smoky Mountains. Or is it the Great Smoky Mountains? So which is it? In case you didn't know, yes, this is a thing, a real discussion over the spelling of Smokey or Smokey. And in any event, how did Smokey the Bear get his name? I learned about this while making a video about Cades Cove, which is located in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I was looking for amazing links to put in the description of that video, and by the way, I always have amazing links in the description of my videos, so check them out when you get time. Well, I found this website. It was then that I realized I spell Smokey, as in the Great Smoky Mountains, both ways all the time. So, which way is correct? But before we get into that, this isn't the first time I've messed things up in videos when it comes to spelling and pronunciation. A few months ago, I made a top 10 video about the Appalachian Mountains. Notice how I said that. Appalachian. Appalachian. That's the correct way to say it. Sort of. I mean, you can pronounce it Appalachian, but that's not the way people who live in the Appalachian Mountains pronounce Appalachia. And it's customary to pronounce regional locations and names the way people who live in those regions pronounce them. My mistake in my top 10 video about the Appalachian Mountains was so much worse than just saying Appalachia, even though that's pretty bad, like seriously, don't do that. I was saying Appalachian. I made the ch a sh. There's just no way to make that right, and that's not even the whole story. See, my wife Carolyn and I go to the mountains all the time, the Appalachian Mountains, and yes, we've made a ton of videos all over the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian. And in each of those videos, I say Appalachia, or the Appalachian Mountains. And here's the part that's just insane. For the vast majority of my life, I've either lived in the Appalachian Mountains or in the valley of the Appalachian Mountains. How did I let this happen? The top 10 video about the Appalachian Mountains is doing well despite my train wreck pronunciation of Appalachian. It's been viewed almost 6,000 times, which is great for my channel. About a week ago, someone basically told me to get it right in the comment section of that video. Appalachian. Have you ever been called out on something and you want to get mad about it, but then there's that little voice inside your head telling you to bite your lip before you do or say something stupid? Yes, that was me. I started doing some surface level research, which took me all of 3 minutes to realize I was living in an Appalachian lie. Appalachian. It took me another 5 minutes to realize that I had a choice. I could either quit making YouTube videos, delete my channel, and move to the Rocky Mountains in shame, after all, Rocky seems easy enough to pronounce, or I could humble myself and just admit my mistake. I've been saying Appalachian wrong, and I don't know why, so I admit it. I apologized, and I thank the nice person who corrected me. I'm glad I did that, and I won't make that same mistake anymore. But I must admit, it's embarrassing knowing that almost 6,000 people and counting are hearing me butcher the word Appalachian. And if you add up all the other times I've mispronounced the same word in other videos, it's closer to more like 35,000 times or maybe more. Oh, brother. And you know what? I have no idea why I've been saying Appalachian incorrectly. I don't know when it started. I don't know why I'm 43 and just now figuring this thing out. An easier mistake for anyone to make is the misspelling of a regional location like the Smoky or Smoky Mountains. Let's clear some things up. Smoky is the official spelling. Well, that clears it up. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe. Okay, wait, hold on. There's this guy. Yeah, him. Look, I love this guy. Because of this bear, I know that only I can prevent forest fires. Well, me and you. Only you can prevent forest fires. Seriously, over the years, I've become Mr. Campfire Safety because I'm always hearing Smokey's deep voice in my head, only you. So how is it possible that we have a Smokey the Bear, but the Smoky Mountains are, well, smoky? It's a conspiracy, I tell you. Okay, no, not really at all. But before we get into what I think is the best part of this video, if you're a subscriber, welcome back, and I'm so grateful that you watch, like, and share our videos on your favorite social media platform. The only way our channel grows is when you share our videos on your favorite social media platform and help us reach 1,000 subscribers before it's too late. I'm just kidding. We make videos just for you. If you're new to A Nose for Life, thank you so much for giving our video content a chance, and I hope you'll watch some of our other videos and consider subscribing to our channel. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and I hope you'll consider helping us reach this goal. Now, let's talk about Smokey the Bear. So you have to find out, right? Is it Smokey the Bear? Smokey the Bear? Was it a mistake? Well, it turns out the story of Smokey the Bear is where you find out all those answers. And to be honest with you, that might be the greatest discovery I've made in this video, because it sure isn't saying Appalachian when it's Appalachian. Appalachian. Smokey Bear first shows up on wildfire prevention posters in 1944, and it was related to World War II, and that's a story all on its own, and it's pretty cool, but it's not a part of our story today. By the 1950s, Smokey the Bear, or Smokey Bear, dominates the forced fire prevention campaign, but the marketing blitz had some help from some courageous firefighters and an equally courageous bear cub. In New Mexico in 1950, firefighters were called across multiple agencies to put out a raging wildfire. A bear cub was seen climbing a tree to escape the flames. The firefighters found the cub in bad shape, and they made every effort to save the cub, and it worked. News of this cub spread faster than the wildfire, and the Associated Press picked up on the story, and news of this poor bear cub spread all over the U.S. Soon after, letters, cards, candy, and even flowers were being sent to the recovering cub. It was decided that this cub should be the symbol of fire prevention, and he became the real Smokey Bear. And it was a couple of years later that writers Steven Nelson and Jack Rawlins wrote a popular song that made Smokey's name controversial. First, they added THE, the, between Smokey and Bear, because it fit the rhythm of the song. After all, Winnie Pooh also has a THE in his name, making him Winnie the Pooh. So Smokey became Smokey the Bear, at least in the song, but not really. See, officially Smokey's name is just Smokey Bear, but the song was so popular that people still call him Smokey the Bear to this very day. Until I started outlining this video, I'd never heard the song. There's a link, of course, in the description. I've always called him Smokey or Smokey the Bear since I can remember. The EY added to Smokey was intentional, even if it's confusing. See, Smokey is a proper name, so the powers that be wanted to differentiate Smokey from the adjective smoky. But this means that kids for 3 generations see Smokey the Bear and assume that's how one would spell the Great Smoky Mountains, only that it's not. It's the Great Smoky Mountains. And by the way, the Great Smoky Mountains are in the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian. That mistake makes me want to cry the tears of a clown. And if you get that last sentence and how it relates to this video, let me know in the comments. I love black bear, so I absolutely loved making this video about Smokey Bear or Smokey the Bear. Be sure to check out all of the links down in the description for all the great details about Smokey Bear and his amazing life. It's a pretty cool story. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that I enjoyed making this video. And by the way, Smokey Bear lived until 1976. He lived a pretty healthy and long life for a bear in captivity, and that's pretty impressive. The average black bear lives about 30 years, give or take, depending on how healthy they are and how much access they have to food and so on. And so it's kind of impressive that Smokey Bear, even though he was in captivity, he had a pretty enjoyable life. I want to thank you so much for watching. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. Appalachian. 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 Appalachian.